Hello, so I chose to do a choose your own adventure game to present my argument. In this game, we're going to see what happens when we don't have a vaccine for a disease. So, some of this might look a little familiar. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Pandemic. The outbreak. The World Health Organization identifies the rapidly spreading virus Andromeda as a global threat. Since it was first diagnosed in Denmark in early January, it has spread to 177 countries. Symptoms include fever, coughing, sore throat, chills, upset stomach, and body aches. Severe cases have led to pneumonia and even septic shock. The virus has about a 3% mortality rate, particularly in old adults or individuals with existing health issues. There are rumors of a vaccine in progress, but no cures are currently known or available. Protocol. Your county has been advised to practice social distancing. All non-essential businesses are closed. You are a college student. The pandemic has closed campuses across the nation. You are quarantined in your family home, continuing with your schoolwork. How to play. The game will take you through a series of decisions that will impact the story as you proceed. You can make decisions by using the mouse to click on the options given at the bottom of the screen. If the screen doesn't prompt for a decision, you can continue by clicking on the screen. Alright, here we go. It's been less than a week, but your family's already running low on groceries. Your parents have requested that you make a run to the store. You create a makeshift mask out of a bandana and get in your car. Your mom reminds you, don't forget the toilet paper. Do you drive to Schnucks, the small grocery store close to your house, or to Dierberg's, the big store that's only a couple miles further? So, we're just going to go to Dierberg's. Dierberg's, you manage to find most of the items on your list. There's no bread and no meat, but you figure you'll manage with soup and pasta at the moment. When you reach the toilet paper aisle, it's hectic. There's none. Do you head to Schnucks to see if they're stocked, or do you return home without the TP? And we're going to head to Schnucks because let me get that toilet paper. So, you're in luck. Schnucks by your house is well stocked and not too crowded. You manage to find everything on your list, including the toilet paper. After a successful trip, you return home. Alright, you return home with the groceries. Your mom is thrilled that you remembered the toilet paper. Thank God. You feel stressed that your little trip to the grocery store might be the only social time you get this week. You decide that you need something other than your schoolwork to keep you entertained. Do you flip on the TV or pick up a newspaper? Let's watch TV. Alright, as the Andromeda death toll seems to peak in America this week, unemployment claims have skyrocketed, reaching 30 million as of Tuesday. The Andromeda virus has affected millions of families across the globe, leaving a lot of us to ask, when will it be over? Today we have Deputy Director Alan Scott from the Center of Disease Control here to hopefully answer some of those questions. One thing we can expect is that it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's hard to predict a peak when people aren't following strict social distancing procedures. The most important thing to contain the virus at this point is that if and when a vaccine is offered to the public, a significant amount of people will need to be vaccinated to create herd immunity. Alright, turn off the TV. 1 week later, after a week of boredom, you wake up one morning with a sore throat, feeling a little achy. Your mom has made a huge breakfast, pancakes, eggs, and bacon, but you can't smell or taste any of it. You've heard this is a possible side effect of the Andromeda virus. There is a drive-through testing center 20 minutes from your house. Do you go get tested or wait at home and continue social distancing? So, I'm a little curious, so we're going to go get tested. Alright, you figure it's better to know. You hop in your car and drive to the testing center. A nurse swabs your throat. You wait in the parking lot for what seems like hours until finally she knocks on your window. You have tested positive for the Andromeda disease. Not good. Return home. Back at home, you return home later in the night. Your dad and siblings start to complain about a cough and nausea. A nurse calls you and informs you of the importance of social distancing. You may not, under any circumstances, leave your house for the next 14 days. Next week. After a week of the disease, you and your family are finally starting to feel better. Your symptoms ease, and although you still feel a little bit weak, a little short of breath, you are able to return to more of a routine. Confirmed U.S. cases, 2.2 million people, and U.S. deaths, is at 107,000 people. Alright, breaking news. After successful human trials, the World Health Organization has approved the Andromeda vaccine to be put in use this Monday at vaccination stations across the country. To find your local vaccination center, go to It's a made-up website. The CDC recommends for everyone that is physically able to be vaccinated to find their local administration center and receive the immunization. The vaccine will begin administration in a couple days. You decide that before you make your decision on whether or not you'd like to receive the vaccine, you'd like to be a little more informed on the immunization. So we're going to get advice. Alright, so we got Susan. Susan is a friend of your mom's. She has written multiple books about holistic healing. She believes in healing the mind and spirit as well as the body and relies on natural remedies to keep her children healthy. Dr. John Wiley is a professor of public health at Notre Dame University and a specialist in infectious diseases. He believes in the power of modern medicine to fight infectious diseases. So we're going to talk to Susan or talk to Dr. Wiley. Let's hear out Susan first. So Susan says, I just don't trust it. You and your family got through the disease and lived through it. Obviously, it's not bad enough to be injecting people with vaccines that we're not even sure are safe. We don't even know what kind of issue this vaccine could cause we don't even know what kind of issues this vaccine could cause down the road. I will not be vaccinating my children. Alright, now we can talk to Dr. Wiley. He's going to say the availability of this vaccine may be a determining factor of when we can return to normal life. The vaccine is 100% safe. If it wasn't, it would never be administered to the general public. I'd advise both you and your family to be immunized. It's the only way to effectively contain the virus. So let's make our decision. We're going to receive the vaccine or refuse the vaccine. This time around, we're going to refuse it. Game over. You have not successfully survived the outbreak. Because you rejected the vaccine, you were reinfected with a new strain and therefore continue to spread the disease. The United States did not meet a sufficient vaccine rate to attain herd immunity, and our country continues to be plagued by the disease. So, if you did get immunized, I'll just show you, then we would have successfully beaten the Andromeda virus. After worldwide administration of the vaccine, herd immunity was attained. After 6 months, about 75% of the U.S. was immunized due to new federal policies that restricted most immunization exemptions. You and your family have been healthy after surviving the outbreak. So yay, good news. That's it for the presentation. There's definitely different routes you could have taken, and I'll send the link so you can do that. But yeah, that's all I got. Thanks.